Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is sod day. Yes, the truck just arrived and he is beginning to unload the 6 pallets of fescue sod that we are going to install within the walkways of the formal garden. You were here with us the past couple of days as we got the shrubs planted, we got the perennials planted, and so we are now doing kind of the final biggest project in this space, and that is with the sod. So we have ordered this from Super Sod. Truck's really fun because as you can see, the sides roll up, right? And we've got, in order of from left to right, it's Andrew, Jerry, and Jackson. So he is going to get these unloaded for us and then brought over here to the signature garden. I will kind of walk you through in case you are new to this project. We are in the process of installing a Proven Winners signature garden here at the nursery, Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina. A Proven Winners signature garden is a garden that highlights Proven Winners plants. And we have everything from annuals, perennials, shrubs, and even some trees. The pathways are going to all be sod. I think eventually this will become some sort of stone, but if we have some sod left over, we'll go ahead and sod this for now. That way we can just kind of get out of the mud and the dirt. But we're thinking that eventually we will make this up to the edge of the wall. This will be a stone pathway. And then as we come through, we have got all the walkways. You can see where the beds are. So all the walkways here will be that sod. It should be a pretty straightforward installation because we have nice straight lines, and so we are going to take the sod, and that's why we still have the string up and we still have left the spray paint visible for the most part, but the string is up so that we can lay the sod right up against the edge of the flower beds. For right now, what we're going to do, because a bunch of people have been asking if we were going to put metal edging up, are we going to put stone around each bed? We're not going to start that way. Maybe we'll end up that way, I don't know. But for now, what we're going to try to do is just use the sod and keep it really edged out. So we had great success in our own personal yard doing that. It may be different here. Eventually, maybe the traffic is a little higher than normal than our yard because it is a public display garden. So it'll be, if we need to go in and put some edging in, whatever that may look like, we can certainly do that. But for now, we're just going to use the sod to create those nice straight lines within the flower bed. So the quote trickiest part will of course be the curves, and that's not tricky, it's just where you just have to cut. So we have all the 4 interior beds will be all annuals, and we have a nice curve on the inside of each of those beds that mirrors that same curvature of around the fountain. So we'll have to do a little bit of cutting there. You can see that Jerry has prepped the soil as far as it is nice and raked. The large debris is out. Yes, there are still some little small leaves and some little small pieces of bark. That will be just fine, but as a general rule, it has been fluffed, it has been raked, and so all we will have to do is lay the sod directly onto the soil. I'm not sure if he came through and put compost down or not. He may have. I'll have to ask him about that. But the timing is actually quite perfect because one, it may start raining on us today because we've already had some sprinkle showers. So that is in the forecast for today. And then the next 2 days, we're supposed to get rain. Obviously, this garden does have irrigation. So even if it wasn't raining, we could irrigate it because when you lay sod down, you're gonna have to water it. So this was just cut, I believe it was yesterday. I don't think it was this morning. Jerry might know, but It is fresh cut. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous green. So obviously we love that. But these big, and I say big, you know, they're wide. They're probably, I don't know, 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet in width. And so you just pick them up and lay them down. You can see a little bit of the grass roots, right, are coming out. So that's why we have got to get them nice and watered in so we get those roots growing and nice and happy and in contact with the soil and attached and doing great. We do fescue here where we are. We are in North Carolina, right, at Zone 8A. And where we are in the Piedmont of North Carolina, we can either do cool weather grass like fescue, or we can do warm weather grass like Bermuda, zoysia, centipede, that kind of thing. So we could do either one. Jerry and I just prefer fescue because fescue is green year round. The only time that it may start to go a little bit dormant and look a little rough is in the very heat of the summer. So like in August. But even in the cold months of the year, fescue is green and absolutely gorgeous. Now, as you can see, our little fella is great because he deposited 3 pallets on this side of the garden, and then he is going to deposit the other 3 on that side of the garden. So it'll help a little bit as far as, you know, having to pick up and maneuver. So what we're gonna do is we got a crew here of, like I said, Andrew, Jerry, and Jackson. I was thinking our nephew Logan was gonna come, not sure if he is or not. And so what we'll do is just go ahead and start the whole process of unpacking and laying down some sod. So this is going to make a huge difference, impact of this garden because of course that sod is nice and green, and we lay that down and it is going to be absolutely stunning. So I guess we'll just get started. All right, my friends, so we are rocking and rolling through the project. I wanted to stop, excuse me. I just wanted to stop for a minute, give you a little bit of an update and kind of walk you through what is happening. But oh my gosh, y'all, it looks so good. Like we are all like, I mean, it's like instant perfection, instant grass, gorgeous. I mean, that is the beautiful thing about sod, right? I mean, you lay it down and you instantly have that in your yard or your garden. So basically we'll just kind of walk through the process. Working together as a team, the rolls of sod are not exactly, they're not heavy, they're just awkward. Like Cece said, it's like trying to pick up a sleeping toddler or a toddler maybe that's having a fit because it's complete dead weight and it's just awkward. Working together as a team, of course, back and forth, grabbing them, and then as you can see, Alyssa is settling hers in, and you want it to have no gaps, right? No gaps between the different rolls working together, so Jerry gets them in there nice and snug and tight. So both at the front and then on the side, and then of course you just unroll it. We don't have to have staples in this. It just lays down nice and snug and tight, and kind of just, you know, putting it in, Andrew bringing it in, making sure that's the big thing, right? No gaps between, and nice and snug. That is why we left the lines up, is so that we could use these lines as a guide. So here on this side of the path, we have just a little bit of an edge, right? And we don't want to like move the line, so we just have that little bit, I don't know, an inch at the absolute most. That way we have plenty of room and the line is not moving. The rolls are roughly 2 feet wide, and so this particular path is 5 foot wide, and you can see we have some room over here that we will have to cut those pieces and then add them in. So just trying to make sure that it's nice and snug and tight. Any of these empty pieces right here, we'll have to come in and cut specific pieces and add those in too, so that way we have nice full coverage. But it goes really fast. I mean, that's the great thing is that it goes so fast. And Randy was over here working, and so what she was doing up against the walls, what like I was talking about, is going through and cutting these extra pieces here and laying them down. So we almost have one side done, and oh my gosh, it just looks lovely and fantastic. And you can really see where those beds are coming in, makes it even more defined, but just absolutely stunning. Now down here in the path, and then anything around the border of the formal garden, that too will be grass, but we're going to seed that. So we'll do probably a mixture of rye and fescue. That way the rye is a seasonal annual grass, but gives us nice beautiful color, especially for the wedding in May. And so this we'll seed this and it will be fine. Although Jerry was contemplating there for a half a second, knowing him, he'll probably do it, but like even sodding this little area right here, but all of that will get seeded. But we have to wait until, of course, we get all the plantings done and the equipment is out. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling. It just is looking great, y'all. Today's project is complete. The sod has been laid down and we used every bit of those 6 pallets, and my gosh, y'all, it looks absolutely amazing. It is phenomenal, the transformation that happens when you start to put some sod down. You go from, especially this time of year, right, because everything's brown, but you go from brown soil to this gorgeous, vibrant green grass that really defines these spaces within the signature garden here at Creekside Nursery. We could not be happier with how it turned out and how it looks. Once again, it was a massive team effort from all of our Creekside family. Everybody jumped in. Even Mimi came down for a little bit and was hauling some rolls of sod. But yeah, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. The transformation is unbelievable. It is starting to mist just a little bit right now. If it were not going to be raining tonight and all day tomorrow, praise the Lord, then obviously we would be running the sprinkler system, because that's the thing with sod, really. And this time of year, you still have to run that irrigation to get it nice and watered in, to get those roots active again and growing and then attached to its new surroundings. But we could not be happier. Like I said, this did come, I don't know if I told you, this is a fescue grass from Supersod. Supersod is a nice size company that offers a whole wide variety of grass, different kinds, right? So if you want fescue, you need Bermuda or Centipede or Zoysia, Supersod has it, and they can come and deliver. What is a fun, neat little side note that I found out is I knew Supersod growing up as a child because my grandmother and my mama's side of the family is from Cameron, South Carolina, which is just right outside of Orangeburg, South Carolina, and Supersod has farms there. Well, guess where this fescue came from? Yep, Orangeburg, South Carolina. So I think it's very cool that this grass, this sod, came from my family's, hometown, right? So my mama's hometown. So that was just a really, neat thing to have that. But could not be happier. I mean, clearly, y'all, it is just phenomenal. We will get, hopefully we will get some drone shots of this for you, because I can't wait to see with the drone how it looks. But other than just keeping it watered, that is all we're gonna have to do with it at this point. And the next step is that tulip bulbs arrive next week. We have about 5,000 bulbs arriving, so we will go ahead and plant definitely around the fountain. So we'll get the fountain planted, and then we will see where we plant the other ones. We'll find out because this place is always evolving and everything. So I'm sure we'll bring you along for that ride as well. But so appreciate you, joining in and staying tuned for this whole kind of transformation of the signature garden here at Creekside Nursery. Once we get the bulbs in, this portion is basically done. So it is done for the winter. We have a couple more plantings within the surrounding areas that we have to do. And then once those projects are done, we'll come in here and get all of this seeded with some of that fescue grass and ryegrass to get some nice, gorgeous green growth going on the perimeter of the formal garden. But it's a Friday afternoon and we're all tired and ready to go home, and we are dirty. So we so appreciate you tuning in and all of your support here at Creekside Nursery and Gardening with Creekside. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, friends.